Moosa, great to see you. Welcome to Popternative, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to chat with you. I mean, we got a lot to talk about because, people are loving season 2, part 1 of Wednesday, streaming worldwide now on Netflix. A lot happened with Eugene in season 1, but in season 2, there's a lot of different things happening. So I'm wondering from kind of an acting perspective, what was that like reading everything going on with Eugene in season 2 compared to season 1? Like, what was that like for you?
I think it was initially daunting to imagine kind of was evidently a big kind of change going on. But I think in the end, I think playing it especially was really fun. It was really cool to kind of explore a different side, slightly change stuff up, kind of not stay in one kind of direction with Eugene. It was really fun to take him to a different place and kind of keep his core values.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because there's a lot of kind of, chats with, there's a lot of scenes with, Jenna Ortega, the Wednesday Eugene scenes in season 1 and everything. And now it's like, Pugsley and Eugene and a little bit of Ajax as well. That's kind of the squad. Really cool kind of storyline that you get to do with Isaac with, the whole zombie storyline and everything. I just wanted to know, because those are big scenes for your character this season, right? So I'm wondering what that was like for you specifically doing those scenes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, working with Isaac was really great. We didn't actually get as much time to hang out in season 1, and so it was really nice kind of getting to spend some time with him. And Owen, who plays Slurp, he was so great. I mean, honestly, he was basically blind and deaf in his prosthetics, so it was a hilarious kind of filming experience with someone who's basically just almost just there, kind of with no idea where they are. But it was really fun. We had a lot of kind of chemistry reads, and I think it was really fun to kind of work out how I was playing kind of alongside Pugsley and how our reactions to Slurp were going to be. And it was just, that whole thing was insane to kind of plan and film.
Oh, I mean, it's a credit to you. You're an amazing actor, Moosa. Seriously. I mean, that first reaction Eugene gets of Slurp is one of my favorite things. I'm wondering if there was any kind of talks with the director specifically about that, because that's a big part, right? We see kind of everything going on, and then finally Eugene kind of gets thrown into all this when he did ask for it.
I think there's a big kind of focus this season on Eugene's he's kind of sick and tired of just getting thrown into these ridiculous kind of dangerous situations. I think that's what we really tried to convey with my Slurp scenes. There's a lot of, God, I don't really want to have to do this, but I've kind of been thrown into it. I think there's a lot of trying to get out of things from Eugene this season just because of his kind of trauma from the season before.
He knows, he knows, he understands the assignment. When he meets Pugsley, he's like, your sister was good to me, but I'm doing my own thing, right?
yeah. I'm not trying to get involved with anything crazy kind of thing,
Part 1 had some amazing kind of scenes and really cool things. And I'm wondering, I guess, when I put my, filmmaker hat on, because I also make films, I know about, we see, one episode, 15, 20 minutes of, the camping, the camp scene and, all the games and everything. And we see that for, maybe half an episode. But I know that scene might have taken, maybe even a week to film all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to know what you could tell me about those camping scenes. What were they like? What was your favorite parts? Because I love that. That was one of my favorite highlights of season 2, part 1.
Right. I mean, I really love the camp stuff. I think anything where we're all kind of together as a cast is always really fun, because the kind of dynamic on set is we're all just kind of having fun. And the camp scenes were all shot near this waterfall kind of national park in Ireland.
Yep.
And it was genuinely insane. It was so beautiful. And they'd completely transformed this little section into this camp. And it was literally we were at a campsite. It was crazy. It was super, super fun, really hot. And for Ireland, that's kind of a shock. So there was definitely a lot of, whoa, this is a lot kind of thing. But I think, again, like I said, hanging out with everyone, all the scenes, and you'll notice kind of, I think, in the show, where a lot of us are together, there's really great chemistry, because we spend the whole day off camera, talking and hanging out. Mm-hmm. And then I guess that's conveyed on screen as well. And I think that's really important to the show.
And that was probably that was chaos to film, because so many people are around. Yeah. And also the prank week stuff, you know what I mean? I'm sure that was also chaos too.
Yeah, I think a lot of this new season, there was so many crazy new set pieces, and just kind of the set building, even in season 1, was insane. And I think once we moved to this new studio in Ireland, they really kind of did their job on. They really
Oh my
put in a lot of
goodness.
work into the sets. I mean, the prank day stuff was crazy. That whole kind of quad area,
Oh,
or yeah, that was insane.
I
That
love that
whole like,
scene. I love that
yeah,
scene where you go get, like what they put you all put the bees on Bruno.
mhm,
That's good stuff. And like I love that
yeah,
song in the background, the Kinks. I love that
yeah.
whole scene. It's so good.
I think we had a lot of fun with those kind of couple episodes 2 and 3. They were a lot of fun. I think there was definitely a focus on kind of the characters almost being reintegrated as well as the story progressing. And I think it was really fun to have us all like kind of continue and just get back to it and relearn each other's characters and just kind of work out how we're kind of meant to fit together.
And you know what's interesting is you just alluded to it a little bit because we haven't had a chance to talk about we didn't have a chance to talk for season one, so I want to ask you a season one question specifically. You talked
Cool,
about
yeah.
it with Nevermore. I mean, take me through just like that first day, like seeing the academy, seeing that world, seeing that set. Like, dude, like we're going
Well,
back a bit, but it's crazy.
yeah. I mean, it's hard to forget, thankfully. I mean, I was about 13 years old, like literally hadn't done anything crazy really before, and all of a sudden I was in Romania, basically about to enter a Tim Burton film set, and I was like, this is kind of intense, obviously. And then we got there, and honestly, it was my first time kind of seeing such a massive set and such a crazy kind of amount of work put
Yeah.
into a set. It was literally like insane. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I mean, like the original quad set with the tree and the kind of fountain and the classroom and just like all of that kind of stuff. My beehive, it was insane. It was genuinely, the whole thing was just like, it felt so real. And I think for someone that hadn't had as much experience, it was such a crazy first almost kind of experience of
Yeah.
such a massive set. Yeah, it was literally like, I couldn't even describe it.
I feel like everyone that got cast for Wednesday was in a very unique kind of situation because there's familiar territory but unfamiliar territory at the same time, right? Like we
Yeah,
know about Wednesday Addams, the Addams family and everything, but
yeah,
we don't know about like Nevermore Academy. We don't know about Enid.
right.
We don't know about Eugene. Did you talk about that with your family, friends, and your team? Like that it was a very unique situation for you?
I think I've had conversations with a few different people about how kind of nice it was to have like the opportunity to play Eugene. I think it's a lot more kind of freeing to be able to play an original character and just kind of be able to put my own spin on it and be the first interpretation of it.
Yeah.
So there's less pressure kind of thing, like who's played Eugene before. So it's kind of like I'm getting to put my first original spin on a character. And I think that's a real honor.
Yeah.
But it was also really fun to explore kind of what direction I was taking him in. And it was really nice kind of working with Tim and working with the writers and just kind of seeing how we can incorporate his kind of fun energy into this gloomy kind of set that we had going on. But it was really fun to kind of explore a new character that had never kind of been seen before.
I mean, you're part of like this is a worldwide phenomenon, man. This is just something like the world. This world is like one of the best worlds of all time. Like this Nevermore Academy world, like it's so crazy. I mean, it's hard to kind of like not think about the scale, right? Like because you have a job as an actor, but like
right.
what do you think about thinking about the scale of how big everything is and the global component? Like, what's your preparation for that?
I mean, to be honest with you, coming into season one, I knew it was Tim Burton, and everyone knew it was Tim Burton, but no one had a real idea of like how well it would perform. Season one's always kind of you never know until it comes out.
Yeah.
And then when it came out and it did just as insane as it did, I mean, I still go to school. I live a pretty much, when I'm not filming, I'm living the most average, normal life ever. So boring.
Yeah.
So then when it came out and when it really blew up, it was like a massive, like, whoa, this is kind of throwing me in the deep end, like completely. But it was really nice. I think it was really nice to have the support of the other cast.
Yeah.
They're all so sweet and they've been doing it longer than me, a lot of them. And so they were all really great for advice.
Yeah.
And kind of telling me how to like deal with it and kind of making sure I know how I'm going to have to kind of handle all of this. And I think off the back of season one doing so well, coming back to season two was such a massive pressure, such a big thing. And I think I had a lot more kind of self-consciousness about like, oh my God, I need to play Eugene right. He's coming back. It's been a while kind of thing. But after a few weeks hanging out with everyone, getting back into kind of being on set, it was so great. And I think I managed to refine the character, which was really sweet. And it was really nice to have everyone kind of helping me out to get back to that. But yeah.
Are there ever, you mentioned like, when you're like back in school and everything. Has it ever happened yet where someone's like, oh, Eugene, Moosa, has that happened yet?
You know what? I had, when it first came out, especially, I mean, I live in like a really obscure part of England, like no middle of nowhere kind of thing. And I would generally be walking around like the only town near me. And I'd be walking around and it was really hilarious. I'd be with my friends in like a McDonald's or something at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like random people going up and it was just like crazy funny interactions. And when you're with your friends, I mean, it's hard to not just like laugh about the whole thing. It just feels so unreal.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, I think I didn't get enough where it was annoying, and I can understand how it would get annoying. I think I got a perfect amount where I felt pretty good, but like not too good that I was like losing my mind, and also not too good.
100%.
Yeah,
and I find it very interesting. This is not your first Wednesday. Is not your first Netflix project.
It's not. It's actually not. Yeah.
It is not. And I'm wondering if you saw a little bit of that global component where you were on something before Wednesday that was able to be seen by the world. Like, did it help you prepare a little bit? I mean, Wednesday, it's its own different category.
I mean, it's a whole league. Yeah, right. I mean, when I did that first job, I was literally auditioned out of school. Someone came to the school and I auditioned kind of on a one-off, didn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden I was like, you're in. I got an agent and I was just kind of thrown into the world of kind of the film industry. And I was so unknown. My parents are both dentists. We've got no idea what's going on. And I just kind of turned up and I was number one on the cast list for that first job I did on Netflix. Yep. So it was a ton of work. And I must have been about 12. And it was kind of it was a lot of kind of working stuff out as I go along and like kind of learning. And a lot of weirdness because my first couple of shoots, including Wednesday season 1, were very COVID kind of dependent and dominated by COVID.
I was about to say that also came out during the pandemic too. That first project too, right? Yeah.
And that came out during filming of season 1 of Wednesday, and I remember filming that, and I remember putting so much time, and it was really kind of an intense shooting experience. But I think I'm happy it was, and I think it prepared me, like you said, mentally, and kind of taught me how I was meant to kind of live my life on these film sets and how I was meant to kind of wrap my head around my work life and just kind of work it out from such a young age where I was kind of just not ready to wrap my head around it, but it kind of threw me in the deep end. And as much as, it didn't get renewed for a second season, I think I have to credit so much of my current kind of experience to it because I wouldn't be here without it. And I think it was so kind of informative and educating for this whole experience that I can't say anything about it but good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And then 2 more quick questions for a wrap up. I just want to go back to Wednesday. Are there a lot of conversations with Jenna, with Emma, with Isaac before doing scenes, or is it like a lot of that preparation done before? Like I'm talking about like on the days, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, me and Isaac, I think we have a really kind of great bond. I think throughout this season, like I said, we hadn't really hung out as much, and I think the more and more we shot together, the more we hung out. I think the better the chemistry gets throughout the season, and you can kind of see this like duo synergy kind of thing. It was really fun. We had me, Isaac, and Owen did a chemistry read. One of the directors, Paco, who directed some of the other episodes, he got me, Isaac, and Owen sit down and like have a whole conversation about it. And I think that was really cool and helpful because we don't really do that. A lot of the time, it's really great because Tim is he knows what he wants. He's super kind of informed and he knows exactly what he wants. So when you get there, you do your rehearsal and then he'll know and he'll get your point. He'll give you your note and then he'll let you run with that. And I think that is really freeing. But it was really nice to kind of have a different aspect of it where we explored it beforehand and kind of made it more concrete what we were going to try out.
Yeah.
But I do think that a lot of what we do on Wednesday is so well thought out, and I think the direction and is so useful that once we get there, we kind of just try things out, and there's a lot of trialing, and I think in the end we always come out with like something really great. So
I love the show so much. It's like I love it so much. I remember watching it for season 1 and I was just like, this is it. This is my thing. This is like I love everything about this. And all right. So in September, season 2, part 2 of Wednesday is going to drop worldwide on Netflix, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be insanity.
Right.
We're going to try this. Like, is there anything you could say about season 2, part 2 with Eugene or anything without spoilers, without getting anyone in trouble? You could totally just say no and we'll just go in, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. Let me think. Without saying anything that can get me in trouble, I don't know. Maybe, I think for Eugene specifically, I really enjoy a lot of the kind of stuff he gets up to in part 2. I think there's a lot going on. It's really exciting, and I think you'd be fair to be excited for it because there is a lot to come. And yeah, that's kind of all I.
That's perfect.
All I feel safe to say without getting told off, like you said.
Yeah, that's perfect. No, that's absolutely. I'm excited to see it. I did an interview with Emma Myers, and
you're right.
She even said, because I was like, "What are you looking forward to the most with Enid this season?" And she brought up like that there's something cool that happens in episode 7, and like when it dropped on our interview, everyone was like, "Episode 7, like what?" So it's out there now, that part that she's excited for episode 7, but episode 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exciting kind of moments to come, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for people to check it out. Well, season 2, part 1 is streaming now worldwide on Netflix. And then in a couple of days after this interview is out, they're going to be able to see part 2. Moosa, so great chatting with you, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a great interview. Thank you so much.
Oh, I really appreciate it. There's an Instagram account that's just your name. If people want to keep up to date with everything, and that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popturn for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Moosa, who plays Eugene on Wednesday on Netflix, and Peter Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.